Congratulations, you finally made it to 4 p.m. You know what that means. Happy hour. It's time to kick back, relax, and dive into the world of sports with the Young and Norvelle Show. Whether you're catching up on the latest scores, analyzing the big plays, or gearing up for tonight's games, we've got you covered. So grab a cold one, settle in, and let's talk sports. Here they are, Patric Young and Terry Norvelle.
Hey, that is a great idea. Let's talk some sports here on a Monday, coming out of a busy weekend. Mostly sports. The last 2 weekends, a lot of non-sports stuff has really been popping, but we got a lot to cover. I'm Terry Norvelle. That guy right there is Patric Young. And Mr. Young, we got 2 hours to catch up on a weekend that saw some craziness. Baseball's back.
Yep.
The U.S. basketball team almost lost. I mean, golf was riveting. Who would be the golf player of the year right now? I got numbers to back that up. I've got a brand new sport. I don't know if you have seen it. I was indoctrinated accidentally over the weekend to Omega Ball. Have you heard of this, Patrick? All kinds of stuff going on.
You sent it to me. I didn't check it out because I wanted to wait for the show, but
it is nuts, man. And
okay.
Hey, I got settled yesterday, Patrick. Number one, welcome. How you doing, man? How was your weekend?
Is this soccer with 4 different goals?
3. It's unbelievable.
Oh, 3.
Yeah, we gotta talk about Omega Ball as we go here.
Awesome. Weekend was good. I went down to Tampa with my mom. One of the coolest speaking engagements I've had.
Nice.
It was the fire, like all the counties of firefighters.
Oh, nice.
In the state, all the chiefs were there. It was crazy. I wish I could. I'll bring them the next time I'm in studio. I got 25 of those challenge coins.
Yeah.
From the people there. They're awesome, man. They're all so cool. And wasn't feeling. You could probably hear it in my voice a little bit, but I just tested positive for COVID.
Yeah, you were saying that. You sound a little nasally. You look great, but you sound a little nasally. How do you feel?
I feel good. It just sucks when you're sick. It's so hard to get good sleep.
Yeah.
And like this was a perfect day because I had really nothing to do until the show. But I feel fine. It's a little bit of pressure, a little bit of sinus pressure.
You sound a little Barry White-like though. That's not a bad thing. You got a little Barry White thing working.
Hey, there was actually. Have you ever watched Family? Have you watched? I won't be surprised if your answer is no. But have you ever seen an episode of Family Guy?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, cool. There's an episode where
Stewie in that group.
Yes, Peter Griffin gets sick, and his voice gets really sexy.
Oh, nice.
And then everyone just like loves him because his voice has changed, and his wife's trying to make him keep getting sick and stay sick instead of getting better because his voice went back to like the whiny. I'm Peter Griffin.
Yes, I like it. So that speaking engagement down in Tampa, y'all were down there a couple of days. Obviously, you don't just drive and drive back. You stayed, I hope.
Well, stayed one night. Would have stayed more, but me getting a little. I was struggling in the morning yesterday, but we got there. I drove both ways, so my mom was happy about that. And Mama Young gets a percentage of
sure she does
book sales and whatever speaker's fee. And I'm like, she earns that money.
Oh, yeah.
And it's nice. It's she and I get a chance to hang out as well.
Good.
They had a really cool dinner after between 6 to 8 last night. DJ, everybody will get on the dance floor. It's awesome.
Uh-oh.
Your kind of party, Terry.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Shake what your mama gave you, Shake what your mama gave you, right?
Oh, gosh.
Right? Hey, man, all kind of stuff going on, man. We got a lot to get to. I was busy all weekend. By the way, I'm a recent, and I may tear up a little bit in a good way, Patrick. I'm an empty nester now.
Oh.
Daughter made the official move out, moving in with boyfriend, who they are really close. She's moving in where he's at now to save a little more money. They're really close to getting a house together. They put a bid on one, and they backed out at the last minute. But, I'm excited. But, oh, my goodness, Patrick, all of a sudden, Saturday, she really got moved out, right? And yesterday,
when did it hit you?
Say that again?
When did it hit you?
Yeah, probably yesterday. I'm trying to help her. There's still some stuff at my place. You know, she's lived there for several years where I'm at now. And so yesterday morning, Sunday morning, I got up pretty early, and I get up early anyway. And my plan was to start. You know, she's left some stuff behind and going to come back, and so I was kind of moving stuff and getting stuff set down, kind of where she can get it easily. But you know, the night before, she took the 2 dogs and the cat, and they're her animals. I love animals. Yeah, and she should have.
You're not gonna have any dogs, any animals?
Yeah,
no?
so Renji and Renji and the cat Mochi. And
that hurts. That hurts, man.
The little dog, which is his name is Mofro, but he's got a nickname called Little S, if you know what I mean by that. Little S. That's just kind of a name that fits him. So yeah, it was quiet.
You're glad that one's gone.
yeah. You know, he's a sweet little thing. Little S is good, but quiet, different, and you know, I was running some errands yesterday as well. And Patrick, you know, when you have animals walking in the door, even though we crate our animals, you know, walking in the door, they bark and but
yeah.
or if you need to go in or out of the yard, you pay attention to the animals. Well, Patrick, there are no animals. There's no daughter. Yeah, a little sad, but I get it.
Hey,
it's a
it would have been different just losing one, but you lost the pets too and the cat.
And but I think I'm about to inherit a dog. My brother is going through some stuff. He's got a dog. I think I'm going to inherit his dog because I've got a good setup. And but empty nester. She's 24 and a half, and it's probably time, you know. And
where's the new location?
They're out in the St. Augustine area, so not too
far.
Oh wow,
okay.
But not around the corner either. So not it's different. Hey, so I got settled yesterday. I did a lot of work and helped straighten out. I was taking in her room. I was taking some stuff off the walls and things like that. You know, drilling little, taking stuff down that needed drilling and blah 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 blah. So I did a lot of work yesterday, Pat. And by 3 o'clock or so, I was settling down, took my shower and all, and I settled in about 5, and I started watching Netflix Receiver. The Receiver.
It's good.
It was pretty good. I got probably 5 or 6 in. It was good. It was good.
Who'd you Justin Jefferson? He's 1 of 1, isn't he?
He's something.
I
thought Devonta Adams came off a little selfish.
You know, he did. Selfish. I get it though. I mean, he really is that good.
Yeah.
You know, I get his when he said, "Hey, it's not about wins or losses, it's about greatness." I don't think he was inferring saying it's about my greatness.
Yeah, that got me, Patrick.
I think he meant to say like, I want this team to be like. It seems like we're just striving to get by or not striving to be great or something. I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt because you see those guys with all the injuries that they were battling through.
Yeah,
I'm like, these dudes want to gosh.
I saw the part
when George Kittle got hit.
I saw that part. I was going to bring that up. That was your favorite part, and he's a hoot now. George Kittle's a hoot. I want to have a beer with that guy. I want to have a cold beer with that guy.
It was really cool when he got that jersey, the uniform from the Army guy. That was pretty sweet.
That really touched him, didn't it?
Oh,
I hate that we're giving all this away, but that really touched him. One thing that hurts these documentaries
nowadays. Come on.
One thing that really kind of hurts these documentaries, and I love these behind the scenes things. The problem is, and it's mainly the wives and the girlfriends, they're too aware of where the camera's at. You can tell that they put a little too much. Most of the things from their perspective is not spontaneous. They've thought about the birthday party. They thought about how it's going to look. They think too much about the camera, which is
you can't help it though. They can't help it. You know they're going to be biased.
Yeah.
Some more than others. Hey, what's his name? Amon-Ra St. Brown, Mr. John Brown. That man, he saw the camera, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
His dad,
he was great. Gosh. His dad was great, but yeah, it's good. I love behind the scenes stuff like that. Again, on the family, wife, girlfriend side, it's a little too staged now. I would like it to be a little more spontaneous, but boy, they know those women. They know where those cameras are at, and a lot of that's Brittany Mahomes. I think
it is nice to see like all these guys. For the most part, I don't think Jefferson had a girlfriend or a wife, but to see a small part of the normalcy they have, I guess, and see these guys with their kids. All these guys are great. I mean, Kittle doesn't have kids yet either, but I love when Kittle talked about his pregame process.
Yeah.
Like how he just sits there for a while and takes it all in. And I mean, it was awesome, man. It made me like, dang, I wish I could play football.
And I like the way they all.
I hate when they came to Jacksonville. the part they came to Jacksonville and kicked our butts.
They put a whooping on the Jags, didn't they? But the party bus that they rode, I think it was Kittle's girlfriend or wife. That party bus she has to get them to the stadium. Yeah. I'd like to be on that party bus. That looked like fun.
Oh, I guarantee you, they kept that so mild for TV.
Yes,
I know they're having fun on that bus. It's a party bus. Ooh. Yeah, we're excited for the game. Nobody's drinking. Nobody's standing up and dancing. Come on now.
Yeah, it was. It looked like a lot of fun. Hey, man, win one for the Jaguars. How about the Jaguars? And let me explain. If you've noticed, most of the national media is down on the Jaguars. Nowhere near as up as the local media, and that's normal. The local media is generally going to always be more fluffy, which I call it the fluffy Jaguar media. They're going to be great. They're going to win, blah, 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 the local guys. And I know them all. I like them all. But they paint a rosy picture. If you and I, if me, you, God, and Santa all know that the Jaguars are going to go 0-17, the local media right now, this time of season, well, you know, a couple breaks, they'll win 10, 11 games. Yeah, right?
Find a way.
Hey, yeah.
Find a way to find some wins. Yeah, they'll find. Yeah, I'll find one.
Yeah. But win one for the Jaguars. USA Today came out recently, and I'm looking at it right here, and they've kind of started their prediction.
Okay.
And they go a little against the grain. Most national media, and I kind of fall in with the national. I'm not high on the Jags this year. Most national media hasn't been high on the Jags. But USA Today, how about this? And I won't bore everybody with the entire, but in terms of the AFC South, now, this may say, oh, what do they know? They've got the Colts winning the AFC South at 11-6. They have the Colts as the number 3 seed in the playoff. They've got the Jaguars at 10-7 and making the playoffs as a 6th seed in the AFC. How about that? How about that? So USA. Now, I don't agree with the Colts or the Jaguars, but it's good to see at least one national media not burying the Jags.
And they're that high on Anthony Richardson, huh?
Yes, they are, and they give a little synopsis on each team. But they've got the Colts winning the South at 11-6, the Jaguars getting to the playoffs, second place in the South at 10-7. And I'll give you the highlights real quick. In the AFC, they've got the Texans at 9-8, and the Titans at 6-11.
So Titans not making the playoffs, Texans not making the playoffs.
No, Texans not making the playoffs. They've got, in the AFC, they've got the Chiefs, the 1 seed in the West, of course, at 13-4.
And the Ravens.
They've got the Jets, the 2 seed, winning the AFC East at 12-5. They've got the Colts, as I said, the 3 seed, winning the South at 11-6.
Baltimore.
They've got the Bengals.
Dang,
the 4 seed, but winning the North at 11-6. They've got the Buffalo Bills sneaking in the playoffs.
Wow.
At 10-7. They've got the Jaguars wild card 10-7, and their final team is the Browns sneaking in as the 7 seed.
Hold on. 10-7. You not said the Ravens at all?
They do not have the Ravens, who I think are going to win the Super Bowl. In case you're wondering. They've got the Ravens 10-7, just missing the playoffs. Now, I'll go ahead and hit the NFC. Here's what USA Today, their early predictions have. In the NFC, they have the 49ers, the number 1 seed, winning the West at 13-4. They've got the Packers winning the North as the 2 seed, 13-4 as well. They've got the Eagles winning the East again at 10-7. As the 3 seed. They've got the Falcons winning a really bad NFC South at 9-8 as the 4 seed. They have, let me find the 5 seed real quick. They've got the Detroit Lions, who were close last year,
Yeah.
The 5 seed as a runner-up in the North, 11-6. Patrick, they have the Rams as the 6th seed in the NFC, 10-7, behind the 49ers in the West. And their 7 seed sneaking in at 9-8, the Chicago Bears. They have their Super Bowl matchup is they've got the Packers winning the NFC, even though they're the 2 seed. They've got the Packers winning the playoff.
They were
going
close
to the
last
Super Bowl.
year. They were so close last year.
And according to USA Today, the Packers will face, from the AFC, the 2 seed as well, not the Chiefs. The Jets at 12-5 will meet the Packers in the Super Bowl, with the New York Jets winning it all for the first time since Joe Willie Namath. There you have it.
Wow, no Miami.
No Miami in the playoffs.
No Pittsburgh.
No Pittsburgh in the play. They've got Miami at 8-9. They've got Pittsburgh at 9-8.
No Baltimore. That's
so they probably have, according to this, they probably have USA Today. They probably have the Jaguars opening up 1-0 at Miami.
They must. Yeah. That's kind of encouraging. That's kind of encouraging. I mean,
I haven't seen a lot of.
My guy went and got a Capel. I see you.
Yeah, you see that?
Your Diet Coke. You went healthy today.
They're hard to find, man.
It's got a sucky thing on it.
It's what?
It's got the sucky thing on it. You don't like that.
Oh, but I do this. Yeah. You didn't just see me? I do this.
Huh.
I never do the sippy thing. I just don't. I think that's. I'm a grown ass man. Okay. I don't do the sippy thing.
Yeah, I feel that. I don't understand. Yeah, why? What's the point? What's the purpose?
I don't know.
I guess
I know. I know. If you're running, you want to be able to drink and not spill it down your right.
Yeah.
I guess that's the theory.
Yeah, no, that's a good theory. I don't run. I never was a runner. Don't want. So, yeah, my brain didn't go there.
No, I guess not. I guess not. Man, a lot of stuff to get to. Did you see where? And we're coming up on a break. We'll tease this a little bit. I think this was all already understood, but Arik Armstead will open up on the PUP list for the Jaguars, the defensive lineman from the 49ers who signed, physically unable to perform. Now, he's coming off a knee situation, and this is all understood, but you hate one of your free agent acquisitions to open up camp on the PUP list,
Yeah.
Having from that knee.
Any other information? How much longer it'll take? Like with the PUP list, I know physically unable to perform.
Yeah.
Is it like
not really?
It's not like the IR where it's 4 weeks minimum.
If you there's a cutoff period. If you're on it past this period, and it's way down the road, but if you're on the PUP list past this date, you would have to sit out 4 games.
Gotcha.
But everything points to the Jaguars knew all this. They have planned for all this. And he's a 30-year-old. He'll turn 31 in November. Arik Armstead. He doesn't need camp. He doesn't need camp. So.
I'm not super high on him, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just
yeah.
I'm sure he's a great dude. Nothing looking at him just makes me think this guy is invoking fear on the opposing line. I hope I'm wrong. I know you hope. There's a lot of things that we hope we're wrong about going into this upcoming season, but all signs point to us being more right than wrong. That's for sure.
Yeah. When we come back from our first break here, I will go over some of his injury history. He's got a little bit of a shake your head injury history. I'll tell you that. Now, the Jaguars, as I understand, when they signed him, they knew I think it's pretty understood that he was going to be on the PUP list early. He doesn't need camp. The guy's a 10-year veteran, been in the league, so he doesn't need camp. But there's some numbers that will scare you. They'll scare you just a little bit. Let's take a break, Patrick. We'll come back. Hey, by the way, I want to remind people, tomorrow, our first trip out to Hurricanes Julington Creek. We'll be at Hurricanes Julington Creek tomorrow. That is our new Tuesday location. Yeah, that is our Taco Tuesday. I'm going to have a few when we get out there, but we're really excited to go see Josh Perry and that whole group in the heart of Mandarin. We haven't done any shows in Mandarin. We're spreading out. People are really seeking out our show. We appreciate that. So we'll be at our first ever brand new Tuesday location tomorrow the joint hurricanes in Julington Creek. Let's take a break here. We'll come back. A long way to go. We kick it off and go until 6 p.m. The Young and Norvelle Show right here on Action Sports Jax.
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jax Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jax Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jax Beach.
I was tempted.
It's more than just food. It's a tradition, a heritage.
I was tempted.
It's about my family and the smiles on their faces. It's about the flavor,
I was certain.
the meat, the love, the community. Our
To
community.
change you and you will be mine.
Barbecue is who we are, and it's what we do.
The Action Sports Jax 24/7 network is streaming. I'm Stuart Weber, and I'm here to teach you a nice three-step process on how you can watch all your favorite programming from the Brent and Austin Show every weekday 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. or the Cup Date with me. It's fantastic. We talk NASCAR. It's a great time. Wednesdays at 1 o'clock. All right, first step, easy. Download the Action News Jax app. You probably already have it downloaded on your phone, so you might already have that one taken care of. Step 2, see that stack of pancakes up there? You click that stack of pancakes, and it's going to bring down step number 3, which is a full screen of all the different streams that you can click on, including the Action Sports Jax 24/7 stream. You click that, the video's rocking and rolling on your mobile device. You're watching all the shows you want to, and you're having a good time. You can also do it on your smart TV with the Action News Jax Now app. I do it on my Samsung TV at home. It's a great way to watch it on a nice, large screen for all the content. That's the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Hope you can find it.
You trust CGC to make your water great, and now you can trust CGC with your plumbing needs as well. Fast, convenient scheduling, licensed and insured. A quick call away at 904-552-1242.
You never know when you're going to have an issue with a shower, toilet, or maybe it's a sink that sometimes is easy to fix. All right, let's be honest. I'm not fixing anything. I'm totally staging this because when I have a plumbing problem, I call CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing.
Trained professionals, transparent pricing, customer satisfaction. Small problem or even a bigger issue. Maybe you need a new tankless water heater or something a bit more intricate. The experts with 25 years of experience at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing can do it all. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. That's 904-552-1242 or cgcwater.com. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license number CFC 143-2579.
Overcast Monday. Pretty good rain earlier today. As long as everybody's safe and home and where they're going, I hope it rains the rest of the day. I love afternoon rain as we welcome you back. The Young Norvelle Show here on Action Sports Jax. Patrick, check this out, buddy. We were in the studio the other day.
Hey, look at that shirt.
All of this, I said. Actually, Brent Martineau, you can hear and watch Brent and Austin weekdays 10 to 1 right here.
I'm not hearing you well, Terry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
I'm not hearing you. That's mine? Nice.
Sure. You heard that, though, didn't you?
I can hear. Yeah, it's just I'm not hearing you normal. I hear you.
You got
echo.
COVID. You're all stopped up, man.
Oh my gosh, I am. That's true.
Patrick, I got a shirt. It'll cost you $20, but I got a shirt. It's
Dang, $20.
$20.
It's no friends and family or like coworker discount.
Cash. No credit
12.
card. Cash.
12.
Cash.
Fine.
15.
Fine. Cash is king.
$14.
12.
15.
I don't have
$20 sold. $20. Got your shirt.
That's
and
why
I'll sign it.
That's why I'm a terrible auctioneer.
Me too.
And that's why I don't gamble. That's why I don't play with money.
How about those auctioneer guys? Hey, give me five, give me five, give me 10, give me 10, give me. How do you keep up with everything?
They're unbelievable.
You know? Yeah, they really are. Hey, folks out there watching, listening, enjoying the show, we want to hear from you. Our chat line is always open no matter which way you are consuming the show, which platform. You've got a chat. If you chat it up, we'll kind of try and read it right here. That way you can be part of the show. Chat us up. Patrick Young, Terry Norvelle, and you. All right, here we go. Armstead, the big defensive line free agent. About 10 years in the league. He'll turn 30. My concern with Armstead and Morse, the center, they went out and signed two linemen that are in their 30s. The NFL is a game in your 20s. You're supposed to be in your 20s in the NFL unless you're a quarterback, right? It's a young man's game. Armstead, he did miss 13 games the past 2 seasons with injury. 13.
Oh, wow.
And he's been in the league a long time. Back in 2016 and 2017, he missed a total of 14 games. So he's had some injury issues. He had something gone. He had a deal with his knee this past season. The Jaguars obviously well aware of it. They know that he was going to miss early camp and all, but just something to track. He'll turn 31, Patrick, in November. So mid-season, he gets 1 more year older. My concern is, man, I don't love offensive and defensive linemen that you go out and get with their 30-something-year-old legs. 30-year-old legs, man. It's a young man's league. The NFL is a young man.
How good of a year did he have last year?
Decent, I think. I don't think he's not a superstar, nor is Morse, the center from Buffalo, but he's a good, solid player. I remember him coming out
about Morris. I definitely feel better about Morris than I do about Armstead.
Is that right? Right? Yeah. So something to track. I don't think it's panic at all. The Jaguars knew about this. They signed him. There's nothing that went under the radar after they signed this. Oh, wait a minute. We just found out he's got this. Or no. And, Patrick, as you know, these guys are gone over with a fine-tooth comb. Medically.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
Oh.
Like, no difference between them going through that and checking all the third graders for lice. Goodness gracious.
What? Where'd that come from? What?
They're that detailed.
Yeah.
Hey,
did you ever come home from, like, grade school with lice? I did.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Yeah, there's some special shampoo and then a little comb that goes through and gets the eggs out or whatever. Yeah, that's nice.
Where do they? I was asking. I'm like, where do they come from?
I don't know. And what's the purpose of lice? Why
Like,
are lice on Earth? What do you think?
I have that question about so many things.
A lice is born. He says, "Hey, what am I going to do the rest of my life? Why am I here?
Yeah.
What does he do?
Why do we have ticks? Why do we have love bugs?
Do lice fly, or do they just kind of walk, or they roll, or what do they do? I don't know.
I don't want to even look it up.
I don't either.
I feel like our answers our questions aren't going to get answered.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't either.
Hey, you were right about when we had our tail of the tape. We just didn't think the Mr. Biden. It's unfortunate to see.
Now, speaking of that,
the right move.
Speaking of that, you have COVID. Joe Biden has COVID. Have you and Joe Biden been hanging out together?
No.
Huh?
And this isn't taking me out. I'm still gonna be on the show. I'm still here. I'm on the show right now.
No, nobody's replacing you, man. Nobody's replacing you. So, have you seen Patrick over the weekend? I'm just flipping channels, right? Omega Ball, and I don't know if we have a graphic of what this is.
Did you get a video of it?
I sent a graph. We may have a graph here. Look, there's the field. Patrick, can you see that? There's the field.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm guessing. I don't have the rules in front of me or the regulations. So you see the field. I'm guessing that circumference, it's a circle. The field is in a shape of a circle, right? You can see that. I'm guessing that circumference is maybe 50 yards in circumference around, I'm guessing. But if you notice, it's a combination of soccer. There are 3 goals.
Sorry.
Patrick, 3 goals. And the game is played with 3 teams on the field at the same time. 3, not 2.
Oh, okay. I see how it's set up here.
See it?
Yeah. 5. You got 4. Well, 5, including the goalie for each team. Yep. You got
5 players.
So,
on
I wonder
3 teams.
why does this blue team get the ball first? That's
I don't know the rules and regulations, and you can see the little small circles that would represent when the ball goes out of the circle. That's the corner kick, but of course there's no corner on a circle.
Oh, they do corner kicks?
But if the ball goes out of bounds, obviously. But
That's
Patrick, get a load of this. It's 3 goals, 3 teams at one time on the field. That's how a game's played. 3 teams, not 2 teams. So let's say, Patrick, it's team A, B, and C. They're different colors, A, B, and C. Depending on where the ball's at, team A and team B, if let's say team C has control of the ball, right? One of their players is running toward the goal with the ball. Well, for team C, A and B, they're kind of charged with stopping that guy.
Right.
But if team A gets possession, then B and C are so it's a 3-team kind of
I like this the dynamic. Like if one team's up by a few, then both teams attack that team. You know, they attack together.
Yes.
I'm sure there's no rules against, like in this graphic, if blue decided they wanted to come at pink, they could get the top orange team to come down there, and then it's potentially 3 or 4 against or 5 against
what you're.
I gotta see some video. I gotta see.
Patrick, I watched games. It was the craziest thing you've ever seen. What you're describing, Patrick, is legal collusion. You could collude and say, "Hey man, team A is winning by 5 goals. Hey, B and C, we're about to go kick their ass. Right? We got to stop these guys." I like it.
Yeah, but it's so weird because it's like, in what other sport do you have a dynamic like that?
Dude, I'm telling you, they're trying to kick this thing off. It was on national TV over the weekend. I watched a lot of a game because it was just crazy. And then I read a little bit. Yeah, I mean, this game was there's an inventor, there's a whole league, and it's supposed to be. What's the knock on soccer? Nothing happens. It's just slow and laborious. The field's too big. Blah blah blah. Have you seen the Simpsons soccer thing? Where they're describing the Simpsons have a skit where Bart and the boys, Homer takes the kids down to watch soccer. They go to the local Springfield soccer place, and halfback passes to the fullback. Fullback, this is the radio. Fullback, play-by-play. Fullback passes to the halfback. Halfback to the fullback. Basically, nothing happens, right? And in about 2 seconds, Bart's bored out of his mind. Well, this is like a condensed 3-team, something's happening at every minute soccer match on steroids in a circle.
I love it. Oh my! I was just watching a clip. It's so much action. It's nonstop.
Isn't it great?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't disagree with you at all.
Isn't this great?
With how sometimes soccer matches, man, they can get pretty people, especially USA when USA's playing. Gosh, we just always.
Omega ball, Patrick. How about that? It's great. Anyway, I saw it over the weekend. I said, man, we got to get that on.
Was it on ESPN yesterday or something?
It was. I'm telling you, I think it was on an ESPN channel. It was. I mean, I'm flipping it. We're watching, and I go, what is this? And it was the damnedest thing.
They had all-star wiffle ball on ESPN the other day.
Is that right?
All-star wiffle ball.
You ever thought to yourself, and I don't mean
there's a league of wiffle ball.
Have you ever thought, Patrick? And I don't mean what I'm going to bring up. I don't mean like just adaptations of other sports. There are a lot of adaptations of other sports, but are all the sports invented? Have you ever stopped and thought? I mean, a brand new sport. I don't mean like Omega Ball is kind of a knockoff of soccer. But are we to the point where are there only a finite amount of sport like cornhole? Is that a new sport? There aren't many new sports. Have all sports been invented?
No, absolutely not.
Well, why don't we have any new sports?
Because there's plenty of sports that just didn't catch on. Like, like spike ball, it was something that failed many
is
years
that?
ago.
I see guys playing that where they
it's like volleyball it's like 2-on-2 volleyball, but on a circular net that's on the ground.
Yeah, and you have to hit it in the net or something. It's the craziest thing.
You don't have to pass. Yeah, it's got certain rules, but anyways, that's a sport that was something that died off and picked back up. Are there other things that?
But I mean, like real sports, like baseball, football, basketball,
like
golf. What are all the sports invented? Are we gonna, Patrick? 100 years from now, will there be like new sports? I mean, real, not adaptations of sports, but I mean real sports. Or have all sports been invented? I always wonder that. I'm like, what was baseball, football, basketball, golf, soccer? Was that it?
I don't know if in our lifetime we'll see something else, but I bet there's something else we'll see.
But why Patrick, I'm almost 60 years old. Why haven't I seen a new sport? Right? I mean, are they all invented?
Because you don't watch the WNBA?
No, that doesn't count. I said sport. I said sport. Hey, it's something to think about, though. Have all sports been invented? And now it's just adaptations. I don't know. It's something to think about, Patrick. I
wonder how, through the history of sport, how did the popularity of one thing over the other, how did it evolve? Because I'm sure like wrestling was number one for a long time.
Probably. And they say like just your basic sports, running. Running is about as basic as it gets. And that goes back way back. Yeah. Running. Our guy can run faster to point A than your guy.
Before there was the Olympics, it used to be everything was well before where your main messenger had to be a runner.
Was a runner.
Man.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've told this story before, but the marathon, that's where the marathon started, was two groups were having a war, and it was on, the war is either on your land or my land. Well, it was on your land. Well, my people wanted to know what the hell was going on in the war.
Yeah.
So the messenger guy, runs to a place called Marathon to deliver the news of what's going on. Hey, we're winning, we're losing, we're about to become under British rule or whatever rule. Well, the story is he runs the message back because, as you said, that's how messages were delivered back then. And the distance was 26 miles.
That's how it started.
26.2 miles. He ran either from a place called Marathon or he ran to a place called Marathon. Yeah, but he was the messenger.
Wow.
And he died, by the way. Delivered the news and died.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, he delivered the news. He took that whole thing. Yeah. Gosh, that's so sad, isn't it?
Yeah. You remember who else died? What other famous runner died in the late 70s? The running craze, the jogging craze really got going in the 70s. It really picked up steam, and people started wanting to be health conscious and exercise. Gymnasiums popped up and going for running. Well, there was a book. I can't remember the name of the book, and somebody can chat us up. There was a famous runner's Bible, and the author and the guy that's given credit for starting the American running craze in the 70s was a guy named Jim Fixx, Fixx. And he put this book out and all the benefits of running. And the country went crazy for running, jogging in the 70s. And it's never stopped. Well, he died one day jogging on the side of the road. Had a heart attack.
Wow.
Oopsie daisy.
Yeah. I learned a while back, just I was listening to this podcast and this cardiologist was like, people, a lot of runners, they overdo it. That he's had to give people that were healthy, quote unquote, ablations, which is like just from overworking your heart from running too much. It's a thing We're made to move, Terry. We're made to move. We're not
agree.
made to move nonstop.
I agree. Well, here's the argument. Here, and being serious for a minute, we got a few minutes. Here's the argument. I'm a runner. I started running probably.
Yeah, awesome.
I probably started running. Now I only run like twice a week. Now I'm old and I only run like 2 miles.
And it's too hot.
Yeah, but I mean, I started running probably my mid to late 20s because I kind of just looked up and I went, "Wow, I've been athletic my whole life." When I got done with college, I'm like, "Hey, you fat bastard, what are you going to do now?" You know. But here's the argument with runners versus non-runners. A lot of people will say, "Wait a minute, you idiot runners. Hey, man, you only have so many heartbeats in your life. Your heart's only going to beat so many times. There's a finite number. And as you run, you are speeding up your heart and you're wearing out and losing your heartbeats." Okay, that's the one argument. You with me? Now, here's the other argument on the runner side.
That'll make me not want to move.
Okay, but I'm going to bring you back. Hold on, Patrick. Here's the other side. And I'm on this side because I'm a runner. The other side says, okay, I hear you. You have a finite amount. That heart's going to go so many times and it's going to die. Well, as you run, the better shape you are in and the better shape your heart is in, yes, while you're running, your heart's beating like crazy, but you have gotten in such great shape. Let's say you run for an hour out of a 24-hour period, okay? Well, your heart's beating a bunch during that hour. Everybody understands that. That is true. The other 23 hours, my heart is working a lot less strenuous than you, non-runner heart. You with me? Your heart may be beating 75 times a minute. My heart may be beating, resting 49 times, right? Those numbers, day after day, I'm storing all that because my heart's in better shape. That's the two arguments, Patrick. Makes both of them are plausible.
Yeah. You know, I feel like there's always middle ground somewhere. You can overdo and underdo anything. You can overdo and make things worse for yourself, and you can underdo it and be frustrated that you are seeing results because you're not, having a constant, consistent plan.
Yeah.
With anything, but yeah, definitely.
I told myself this summer, and I didn't do it, but I only run twice a week now, and I'm not scheduled. I try to run twice. You
go for it? Morning?
I'm a morning guy most of the time, morning guy. But I kind of told myself going into this summer hot season that this was going to be the last year. I'm just going to, during the June, July, August, the real hot times, instead of running, and by the way, I just shuffle. I barely move, but it's a jog. I told myself I was just going to do fast walking during those really hot times, but I didn't. I still get out there and run. And by the way, I hate treadmill running. I do it every once in a while, but I would rather be outside. Some people love treadmill running. I absolutely loathe it.
You got to really be able to lock in on a treadmill.
Oh, and I like the better workout too. I don't like running treadmill because I'm in an air-conditioned environment. I kind of want to get the sweat. I want to get I want to do the work out there.
I was more of like a sprinter guy. Like I would love to find a little hill. Usually there's an overpass here.
Yeah.
Going towards the airport, that's a really quiet area where I would park my car and run sprints up that hill.
That's tough.
Oh man.
It's a great workout.
And then I would do
stadiums. You ever do stadiums?
That's up and down, and then I would slow down my break time between. I started I do 5 or 6 reps with a minute break, then 45 seconds, then 30 seconds. So you got to push through when you're not fully recovered, and you got to still give maximum effort.
When I was at JU,
wear me out.
Way back in 100 years ago, when I was at JU playing ball, outside the baseball stadium, JU's a little bit hilly, even though Jacksonville's pretty flat.
Yeah, it is.
JU's got a little hill. Man, there's this inclined hill to the outfield side, and we'd have to that. Woo, that's a good workout. Woo, that's a good workout, boy. Going up, your thighs are burning, man. Ooh.
Man, going down is tough too because you got to slow yourself down. You can't just go.
And you better, you'll bust your tail.
Those cheese ball people, those cheese wheel people.
Those cheese guys, you're damn right. Let's take a break here. When we come back, a couple topics I want to get into as we're wrapping up hour number 1 here on the Young and Norvelle Show. If the golfer of the year was awarded, who would win it right now? Scheffler? Schauffele? I've got numbers to back up both sides. Interesting argument with Xander winning his second major yesterday. We'll talk about that and a real sad story. I hate to do it, but I want to get it out there. A real sad story from the college football world involving Utah State. Boy, their program went through a tough situation a week or so ago, and then they have recently gone through a horrific situation. Tough stuff going on at Utah State with their football program. We'll talk about that and more on the other side. We want to hear from you. Feel free to chat us up. We read them if you write them. The chat site is open. Young and Norvelle continues right here on Action Sports Jax.
For those dealing with pain from a sports injury, arthritis, or spine condition, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists offers innovative new non-surgical options. Our regenerative medicine treatments, including platelet-rich plasma and other regenerative treatments, use your body's own restorative cells to aid in treating injuries. These procedures are performed in our offices and typically require minimal downtime. If you want to get back to doing what you love, our regenerative treatment options may be right for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jax Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jax Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jax Beach.
I was tempted.
It's more than just food. It's a tradition, a heritage.
I was tempted.
It's about my family and the smiles on their faces. It's about the flavor,
I was sad.
the meat, the love, the community. Our community.
Change you and you will be mine.
Barbecue is who we are, and it's what we do.
Hey everyone, Olivia Tasley here from Action Sports Jax to tell you all the different ways you can watch our new 24/7 network. 3 easy steps. You don't even need a pen and paper to write it down. Step number 1, download the app. Search Action News Jax in your app store either on your phone or your smart TV. Then, once you're on the app, click on that little drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner with the 3 little lines. That'll show you these options, and boom, right here, click Action Sports Jax 24/7, and you will be brought to our continuous stream channel. That app can be accessed through all these different platforms. Whether you have Roku, Fire TV, Smart TV, Apple TV, or Google TV, you can find our app. Now, if you don't have access to the app, don't worry, we still got you covered. We're across all social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Twitch. We have a podcast channel. Plus, check out our short reels on our TikTok. Action Sports Jax 24/7. It's on all the time and everywhere.
It's a new logo, new branding. With Bold City Heating and Air, it's an old school approach. One of the few locally owned and operated air conditioning businesses left in Jacksonville. It's hot, Florida in the summer. You can't do much to avoid it, but you can keep cool with Bold City Heating and Air. It's every customer counts kind of service, from when these trucks have pulled up to my home over the last couple of years and when they pull into your driveway as well. From communication to pricing to the actual service, everyone at Bold City Heating and Air cares about you. You know who is coming to your house. You know they will be well trained, and they will respect your home. Air conditioning convenience at BoldCityAC.com. Stay cool while it gets hot. Bold City Heating and Air can help. Don't get caught sweating all summer. BoldCityAC.com, and they have financing to help. New systems starting at $110 a month and $50 off any repairs. Stay safe, stay comfortable with Bolt City Heating and Air at BoltCityAC.com. Homegrown in your hometown.
Stadium and the practice fields right there over the months all season. You can smell it, feel it. It is football season well under, 30 days now, Patrick? Well under 30 days for the college guys to get it going.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, it's right around.
Can't you wait for football? Gosh, man.
Feel it. And we always talk about it. You know what? Memorial Day rolls around. Doing a little bit, Easter rolls around, but once you pass the 4th of July, it's game on. You can smell football in the air, can't you?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. And you just reminded me, I saw something on TV earlier today. Before I know you got stuff you want to get into. I want to hear your thoughts on this. Paul Feinbaum, he is not very high on Lincoln Riley.
Really?
I didn't think. Well, they started the season off 6-0, and they finished the season allowing 52, 41, 36, 28, and like 40-something points. And I mean, he's never Paul was so brash to say, I don't think Lincoln Riley knows anything about defense.
How about that?
It's really? Never followed him.
Did you see
suggestion? Deion Sanders. That should be. Could you imagine? Deion will bring that funk back to USC.
Yeah. Did you see Feinbaum having to fight off a little bit Lane Kiffin? Kiffin got on him the other day from
as he should have.
Media days. He got on him, said, "Hey man." Did. Yeah, because Feinbaum kind of buried Kiffin a couple years ago. A lot of people buried Kiffin. I point out Kiffin and Sarkisian. Those are two guys in the college game. You got to be careful. Speaking in absolutes can bite you in the ass a lot of times. A lot of people spoke about Sarkisian and Kiffin in absolutes. Well, they're terrible. Look at their history.
I know, right?
A lot of their stuff that was pointed out happened 10, 12 years ago, for God's sakes. And they're both.
What's bad, too, about it, he did the same. He was really getting on Coach Harbaugh at Michigan.
He really got on him. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, man.
I mean, he ate a lot of his words, but, he got on him, which maybe to win big, you want Feinbaum to get on you. Get on you a little bit.
I guess. Yeah.
Hey, man, I want to get a sad topic out, man, and it's tough what's going on. I don't know if you followed this. Utah State football, they're decent. They're not Utah, obviously, but Utah State football, they've had a coach there, Blake Anderson, pretty well-known coach. He's been there 2 or 3 years, done pretty good things. I mean, they're not a bowl team or anything yet, but they're playing pretty good football. Well, just recently, Utah State, they had to fire Blake Anderson. And, that's tough because we're close to the season. It's tough. Remember Northwestern did that last year, and it worked out because the new guy did good things. But, I mean, we're weeks away, a couple weeks from camp opening.
That destroyed Northwestern right there.
Yeah, and the new guy, Braun, did a decent job holding it together, and he got the job full-time. But it's tough. We're 2 weeks away, 2.5 weeks away from camp's opening, and Utah State just fired their coach. Here's the deal. A player on the Utah State football team is accused of a domestic situation. And the word is, the coach that just got fired, Blake Anderson, the word is he went out of his way and contacted the alleged victim and contacted several witnesses. Well, you can't do that. You can't impede a investigation. And he did, and so they fired him recently, which is bad all by itself. Well, here's where it took a terrible turn, and it's a totally different subject, but my God, you feel for Utah State right now. So, they fired the head football coach not long ago, and they bumped up to an interim level a defensive coordinator named Nate Dreiling. He just came over this past offseason. He was brought over from New Mexico State. I guess he's got a good resume because once they fired Anderson, they went ahead and bumped this guy. He's yet to coach a game as Utah State's coach, but he came over. He must be a grizzled veteran, so he's the interim coach. Here's where it gets really, really sad. During the offseason, when Dreiling got the job as the D coordinator, and now he's the interim coach, one of his, I guess multiple players might have followed him. He was at New Mexico State. One of his players from New Mexico State, a kid by the name of Andre Selden, a defensive back, and he played a lot for New Mexico State. And he was good. I mean, 98 tackles. He was a good player. New Mexico State went into Auburn and beat Auburn, right, last year.
Right.
So this defensive back during this past offseason follows his coach, defensive coordinator, to Utah State. Over the weekend, he died in a cliff diving accident in Utah at a very, very popular, cliffs and reservoir and, summertime. The poor kid died. So they've lost their coach. They just lost a teammate. And this is not related, but that coach is thinking to himself, man, he followed me. If I had not, you can't think like that, but It was terrible. Just a terrible situation at Utah State.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's tough, man. That's tough. Young kid. And, he dove. Eyewitnesses saw, you've seen those quarry-like things, and I guess out in Utah, they probably have a lot of that. A very popular reservoir that all summer people go and, enjoy the summer. The water, the cooler. Yeah. So tons of people saw this football player. He had his turn. He dove. I don't know if he'd done it a bunch of times or never. He dove, and he just never came back up.
Wow.
He never came back up. They sent, search party in. They found him. Yeah, tough situation. Real tough situation for Utah State. Real life, man.
Gosh, that's tough. Yeah, that's hard to hear.
Yeah. I hope that didn't bring everybody down, but tough situation. And not that the coach should blame himself, the interim coach,
right?
But man, the kid followed him. If he wasn't in Utah, he probably wouldn't be cliff diving.
Obviously, they had a vision, and there's a reason why he was willing to follow him and all that stuff.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, tough situation. And so if we see Utah State, if you see their score, if you see them on TV, you see a scroll, just think about that a little bit this football season. That sometime real life takes over. Hey, let me set up hour number 2. And, Patrick, I want you to vote. We're going to have to vote.
No.
Xander Schauffele.
Okay.
Scotty Scheffler. Who would win Golfer of the Year if it's handed out? And, I get it. There are tournaments left, and I think that FedEx tournament's left, but the majors are in the books. The season's about wrapped up. It's a tough call who would be Player of the Year right now. I've got a bunch of numbers on either side to back it up. You could make a good argument. Scheffler. And by the way, what I just did has happened the last couple of years. People mix up the names because they're spelled almost exact, right? People mix up Scheffler and Schauffele. So we'll talk about golf on the other side here on the program. 1 hour down, 1 to go. Stay with us. We'd love to hear your thoughts also on the chat line. Chat us up. We'll try to read as many as we can. It is Patrick Young, Terry Norvelle, and you when we come back. The Young and Norvelle Show. Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jax Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jax Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jax Beach.
For over 20 years, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists has been providing the highest level of orthopedic and spine care to patients throughout Northeast Florida. Now, we're making that same great care even more convenient with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists Direct, a walk-in clinic where you can be seen for pain or injuries with no appointment needed. Staffed by orthopedic physicians and specialists, we offer everything from diagnosis and treatment to imaging and bracing, all with no appointment needed. For more information, hours, and locations, visit our website.
I was tempted.
It's more than just food. It's a tradition, a heritage.
I was tempted.
It's about my family and the smiles on their faces. It's about the flavor,
I was certain.
the meat, the love, the community. Our
To
community.
change you and you will be mine.
Barbecue is who we are, and it's what we do.
Hey everyone, Olivia Tasley here from Action Sports Jax to tell you all the different ways you can watch our new 24/7 network. 3 easy steps. You don't even need a pen and paper to write it down. Step number 1, download the app. Search Action News Jax in your app store either on your phone or your smart TV. Then, once you're on the app, click on that little drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner with the 3 little lines. That'll show you these options, and boom, right here, click Action Sports Jax 24/7, and you will be brought to our continuous stream channel. That app can be accessed through all these different platforms, whether you have Roku, Fire TV, Smart TV, Apple TV, or Google TV. You can find our app. Now, if you don't have access to the app, don't worry, we still got you covered. We're across all social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Twitch. We have a podcast channel. Plus, check out our short reels on our TikTok. Action Sports Jax 24/7. It's on all the time and everywhere.
Summertime means sizzling sales at Nimnick Buick GMC. The #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville has lots of inventory to choose from with their best price guarantee. Nimnick never charges above MSRP. You can save up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierras or get rates as low as 1.9%.
You know, I'm a truck guy. GMC Sierra, my trim level is an SLT. This one's an Elevation. Pretty good looking color as well. So here at Nimnick Buick GMC, you have a lot to pick from. My father-in-law, he drives this, an Enclave, so I feel like that GMC in the family. 2025 is coming around the corner, which means it's almost time to close out those 2024s this summer.
You can schedule a test drive at NimnickBuickGMC.com. And while you're there, check your trade value and customize your payment options. Nimnick is there for you, even on Sundays. Visit the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at NimnickBuickGMC.com. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941. GMC, we are professional grade.
Conference football media days are still going on. The SEC wrapped up last week. ACC going on now, just really getting cranked up. Same with the Big Ten. Looks like a 2024 preseason All Big Ten poll has come out. Patric Young, real quick, here's the way the Big Ten thinks their conference may play out. Ohio State 1, no surprise there. They are loaded. Ohio State 1, Oregon 2, Penn State. The obligatory Penn State has to be in the top. You know, Penn State 3, Michigan, the defending national champions 4, Iowa with all defense, no offense 5, USC 6. USC, wow. Maybe not going to be as easy over in the Big Ten than it was in the
USC at 6.
At 6 overall. Wisconsin 7, Nebraska 8, Rutgers 9, and Washington, who played for it all a year ago, checking in at 10 in the
who's their coach?
Newfangled. They got Jed Fish, didn't they? The guy from Arizona? I think Jed Fish moved over there, I believe. So, and on and on and on. So there you have it, the ACC Media Days. By the way, today was, I hadn't heard much fallout, day 1 ACC. Remember, the commissioner, he went first, like all commissioners do. They give the state of the conference, and then somebody had good foresight. FSU was the first team up after that. ACC with all the fighting and backbiting going on. So, all right, Pat, let's talk some golf. Golf. You ready for some golf?
Ready for it.
You know who says it like that? Lee Trevino. There's no L in golf. He says golf. Golf. Well, I played some pretty good golf today. GOFF, according to Trevino. All right, Patrick, I've got some numbers here. All the big tournaments are completed. The The fourth major. By the way, your Gator boy gave it a run yesterday. Billy Marshall.
Yeah.
He gave
right
it a
there.
run.
He was right there.
He gave it a run. So, if you had to give out the golfer of the year, the player of the year right now in golf, and you just looked where we're at, I've got some numbers here. I'm going to throw them out. It's going to be a lot of numbers, and I'm sorry about this, but okay, I'm going to go with Scotty Scheffler. Most people would say Scheffler. He has 6, excuse me, Scheffler has 6 total wins on the year. That's a big number. He's got 6 wins. And, Patrick, he won them in bunches. He won like 2 out of 3, back-to-back, right? So, and he's really dominated. So, here are his finishes. Okay, you ready? These are his finishes all year on tour. 5, 17, 6, 3, 10, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 8, 2, 1, 41, 1, and 7 this past weekend at the British, okay? That's where he's finished. His high number was 41, and nothing else was close to that. Very consistent.
Okay.
He also won 1 major.
Yep.
Right? He won a major this year of the 4. Xander Schauffele. Okay? I'm going to throw his numbers out, and it's a lot of numbers. I'm sorry, but here we go. Here's where he finished in all his tournaments to this point. 10, 3, 9, 54, 4, 25, 2, 5, 8, 18, 2, 1, 8, 7, 13, 15, and 1 being the British Open.
Right.
Okay? Not as good a numbers. But Xander Schauffele has not 1 major, but 2 of the 4 majors. Who wins Player of the Year? That's tough. That's tough right there.
Oh, was that the last tournament of the year, of the season?
Last major. There's still a few tournaments, and I think they've got the I think the FedEx Cup is, and I don't know if that's considered something different, but the last major, most of your tournaments are in. That's a tough call. Scheffler, Schauffele, 2 majors, 1 major, but much more high finishes.
Yeah.
Tough call. There's only 4 majors.
This will be one of those situations where, either side would feel as though they were snubbed if they didn't get it.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Did you hear the stat? Hey, Pat, pretty cool stat. Speaking of the 4 majors, first time since 1980, whatever it was, 83 maybe, 84. All 4 majors this year in golf were won by 4 Americans. Hell yeah. Nice. Hell to the yeah, Patrick.
That's how we did something.
Tough call. Tough call. Who wins? Who wins? Scotty Scheffler won the Masters. Xander Schauffele won the PGA. Bryson DeChambeau won the U.S. Open. And Xander Schauffele came back and won the British Open. So Schauffele's got a PGA and a British halfway to the Grand Slam.
Yeah.
Scheffler's got 6 total wins and a major, and was I mean, those numbers I'm looking at for Scheffler.
Did Tiger ever win all 4 majors in a year?
Not in a year. He won what was called the Tiger Slam. I think he missed one, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How either the first or the 4th one you can win. Yeah, he won a Tiger Slam. I don't think he ever won it. It's only been done 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. Very hard to do. Very hard to do.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow. Pretty good run. Pretty good run there for both of those guys who would win it. All right, Pat, we've got to bring up your sport of basketball. And no matter that they did not knock off Team USA in the exhibition game over the weekend, the darlings of the Olympics coming up will be South Sudan, right? I mean, this country, which is a very new country, they broke away from Sudan. Patrick, they should have beat Team USA. What's going on with your basketball team, Patrick?
I don't know. Because they got the guys. They got the right players. Maybe they're just not defending well enough, or I don't know. When you get super teams like this, it's so hard to get these guys that are all of them are used to being the guy and taking over.
Yeah.
Getting them to figure out their roles and play you have to play like true team basketball in the way that the rules are in FIBA, with there's no defensive 3 seconds, and goaltending is called differently as well, and the whistle,
right?
the refs blow the whistle a little bit soft, a little bit quicker over there.
Yeah, a little more finesse game.
Yeah, like every single time, if you have the ball and I'm coming out on the closeout, and you start beating me the opposite way of my momentum, if I put my hand on you to touch you because you have the advantage, it's a foul automatically in Europe. In the NBA, they let you do that and get back. As long as in the NBA, as long as you didn't make the player lose the ball or like physically hold them, they won't call that. But yeah, it's a completely different game.
A couple things. This is the third game that they've been really pushed, Team USA. I want to say the other night they played. I think it was against Australia the other night. Australia had 68 points in the paint. 68.
Wow.
Now, they lost by 6 points, but they were in the game. And you said something a moment ago. What'd you call it? A all-star team, or what you just said? You called Team USA something. Superstar team.
Yeah, super team.
Super team. I'm gonna ask this question. With basketball going international, and it really has. Basketball has gone international where the NFL wishes their game has gone. Basketball has taken off since 92 or late 80s. 92, obviously, the first Dream Team. Basketball has really caught fire internationally.
Oh yeah.
Does the United States have this all-star, or has I think the rest of the world has caught up to the United States. I think the days of I think this argument might be gone. Well, let me tell you something. If the NBA grabbed their best 8 players, they would roll through. I think those days are gone.
Really?
I think the game I don't think they're going to win by 40 and 50 points if they took their best players. I think we're seeing that. I think basketball has advanced internationally to the point where the United States should be the favorite, probably, but they're not just going to. I don't. Do you think this team is going to roll through 5 wins or however many it takes to win a gold medal by 40 points?
I mean, at this point, I haven't seen it at all yet, so I can't say yes to that question. I haven't seen it to anybody. They played Germany. And they won 77-75. They're not even scoring a lot of points either. So, we know obviously they can win it. They're favorites, but it doesn't look like they've got that cohesion down yet. Not even close.
One of the teams, I don't know if it might be France. I was looking at the favorites. Obviously, the United States is still the favorite to win the gold medal in men's basketball. Canada is way up there. France is way up there, and one other team. It might have been France. Their starting 5 are all current NBA players. Now, they may not be stars, but Patrick, I think it is France. Their starting 5 is all NBA guys.
Yeah. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's
awesome because basketball's got that one thing figured out over the NBA as far as getting its brand spread around the world and getting players from all around the world. It's more global than NFL is,
And basketball certainly is a pretty simple sport. Nothing's more simple than soccer, right? But for whatever reason, our country hasn't embraced soccer. The rest of the world has embraced basketball much more than our country has embraced. There's something more sexy, more wow. That's the American sport. Basketball has really, really made huge strides in 3 decades.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
They really.
By the way, Terry, ACC commissioner said he's going to fight Clemson and Florida State for as long as it takes.
Okay.
As long as it takes.
And we'll spin off on that. Does that mean obviously fighting for the money he thinks he's owed? Because when we talk about FSU and Clemson and the ACC, when you compare it to a marriage, does it do the ACC any good if they could hold FSU and Clemson in? If you know FSU and Clemson do not want to be in your conference, is there any merit to making them stay in the marriage that they don't want to be?
Right? I don't get it.
And I get the money factor. I get the money. So he's probably just saying that to protect when they finally do, I think, go to an arbiter and say, okay, they're not going to pay you $560 million, but what's the number? So maybe he's bless you. Maybe he's talking like that to be future negotiations. But when this water has gone under the bridge so much, the last thing FSU and the ACC need to do way down the road is stay married. Obviously, they don't want to be married. So why force the marriage, right?
Couldn't agree more. Yeah. No, it's how do you instill that brand and pride and prowess when you got people that aren't in alignment? It's a forced unity that isn't there. And that would look so bad.
Yeah, and I still, man, I lean on the FSU side here. The counter argument is Florida State, you signed. Clemson, you signed the grant of rights. Yes. And you know what? I have a landlord, and I signed a lease. But there is, and I have to pay X amount per month for that lease that I signed. But with that signature on that land lease, there's the other side too. You, the landlord, you have to keep my dwelling up to a standard.
Yep.
Or I'm not going to pay, but I signed, but you didn't. Well, the ACC has not, the argument is the ACC has not kept their dwelling to the standard. And I think it's a good argument. And FSU said,
what examples are they going to use? Because, that was a great analogy that you just used in regard to, signing a lease if the owner doesn't take care of the responsibility. What are those things that Florida State and Clemson can say, this is where you didn't step in to fix the plumbing? And I hope the plumbing for months,
My answer to that is you weren't foresightful enough and you let other conferences fly by us by strengthening. The SEC has strengthened. The Big Ten has strengthened. You were asleep. Hold on. You were asleep at the wheel.
To add the alliance that they did that delayed them as well.
Yep. You if I'm FSU and their lawyers, you were asleep at the wheel the last 5 or 6 years. By the way, Oklahoma and Texas, that they popped up 2 years ago. They started talking maybe behind the scenes 4 or 5 years ago, 5 or 6. The ACC, FSU's argument is we can't pay $560 million because you were asleep at the wheel and you let us get passed by. The payout for the Big Ten and the payout for the SEC is so high TV-wise because they have a much better TV product because they didn't stay asleep at the wheel. They kept building their product. You did not do your due diligence, and I think FSU has a great argument.
It seems so hard to prove, and I don't know, I'm just thinking in the legal sense, I don't know, man. I'm really curious. I wish I could be in the middle of those conversations to see what sticks. What the judge, how they see and view this lawsuit, because it's not an easy one, and it's a lot of money involved, obviously.
Yeah. I think also if I'm the ACC, if I'm the two schools leading the charge, Clemson and FSU, particularly FSU, I go, look at the payout in the last 10 years. Look at where the SEC and the Big Ten have skyrocketed. And if I'm FSU, I would say, and by the way, we've had a dominant team. Clemson's won national titles. So we've had a dominant people want to be part of Clemson. Yeah. But you haven't shopped. You haven't gotten us fair market value.
Well, Terry, if Florida State and Clemson win this, I mean, what's the precedent and argument for the other teams in the conference not to do the same thing?
Yeah, well, that's why the ACC's fighting. They're fighting tooth and nail. They're fighting tooth and nail, and good for them. They should, but they should have put this energy 5 and 6 and 7 years ago, having foresight. Yeah. And why weren't they talking to Texas or Oklahoma? Maybe they did, and maybe nobody wanted to come to their conference. But I think FSU has a great leg to stand on. Will they pay? Will FSU get out of the ACC? Yes. Will they pay a grant of rights to get out? Yes. Will they pay anywhere near $560 million? I don't think even close. They may pay $100 million. That's a lot of money. I know it's easy to say $100 million, but they're not going to pay $560 million to get out because they say we couldn't earn that kind of money because you dropped the ball and let our conference go way under the value that it should have been.
Kerplunk.
That's my point. Kerplunk. Very nice. Very nice use of Kerplunk. Let's take a break here. Got other topics to get to. Boy, did you see the latest injury bug for the Atlanta Braves. They cannot get out of the – oh, you won't believe it for the Braves. Baseball on the other side. Patric Young, Terry Norvelle, and you. Stay with us. It's a Monday edition of the Young and Norvelle Show on Action Sports Jax.
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jax Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jax Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jax Beach.
I was tempted.
It's more than just food. It's a tradition, a heritage.
I was tempted.
It's about my family and the smiles on their faces. It's about the flavor,
I was sad.
the meat, the love, the community. Our community.
Thank you and you will be mine.
Barbecue is who we are, and it's what we do.
The Action Sports Jax 24/7 network is streaming. I'm Stuart Weber, and I'm here to teach you a nice 3-step process on how you can watch all your favorite programming from the Brent and Austin Show every weekday 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. or the Cup Date with me. It's fantastic. We talk NASCAR. It's a great time. Wednesdays at 1 o'clock. All right, first step, easy. Download the Action News Jax app. You probably already have it downloaded on your phone, so you might already have that one taken care of. Step 2, see that stack of pancakes up there? You click that stack of pancakes, and it's going to bring down step number 3, which is a full screen of all the different streams that you can click on, including the Action Sports Jax 24/7 stream. You click that, the video's rocking and rolling on your mobile device, you're watching all the shows you want to, and you're having a good time. You can also do it on your smart TV with the Action News Jax Now app. I do it on my Samsung TV at home. It's a great way to watch it on a nice, large screen for all the content. That's the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Hope you can find it.
You trust CGC to make your water great, and now you can trust CGC with your plumbing needs as well. Fast, convenient scheduling, licensed and insured. A quick call away at 904-552-1242.
You never know when you're going to have an issue with a shower, toilet, or maybe it's a sink that sometimes is easy to fix. All right, let's be honest. I'm not fixing anything. I'm totally staging this because when I have a plumbing problem, I call CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing.
Trained professionals, transparent pricing, customer satisfaction. Small problem or even a bigger issue. Maybe you need a new tankless water heater or something a bit more intricate. The experts with 25 years of experience at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing can do it all. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. That's 904-552-1242 or cgcwater.com. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
There you go. After Monday afternoon, a little cloudy. Had some good rain earlier to cool it down a little bit, thank goodness. I don't know if it's been a crazy hot summer by normal standards, or we just went that long stretch without getting any rain. Just would never rain there for, what was that, about 6 weeks there, Patrick? It just never seemed to rain.
Oh, my gosh.
Hey, man, catch me up. So did the United States already play Germany today in basketball?
I think so. That's what I was following on. I was checking on ESPN. I was trying to see if I could watch it, but I think
and they barely won again. Is that right?
77-75. Close game.
Wow.
I know.
That's 5 games. I think their preseason, Olympic preseason is over now, right? I think that was the last game. Patrick, is this a one? Are these games one-offs? Or, I mean, buddy, they've been pushed in at least 4 of the 5 games, right?
Man. Yeah, I know, right? I think, but it is a testament to, and you got to give credit to these other countries that are getting better.
I agree. That's what I was saying a minute ago.
Full of the best players in the world. That it doesn't matter. You have to have the team game. And probably more of the guys on these foreign teams, they may play together a lot more often than the Americans do. The American guys, they only get to start playing together after the season. Sure. After having a long season, and it's very, I got to see them blow somebody out that's good, because right now it doesn't look like they have a chance, right?
Yeah, and don't forget, there's no real way to say this softly. The rest of the world hates the United States. I mean, right? I mean, we talked about. Remember about a week ago, we had a little bit of a topic about. Is one of the things holding the NFL back from taking over the world, popularity-wise, is it the hatred toward America, the envy? The rest of the world hates the United States, and it's all, particularly when it comes to basketball, because keep in mind, starting in '92, the United States has held up a lot of the world and just punched them in the face on a basketball court, right? We haven't necessarily done that in baseball or football. We don't play internationally, right? So the rest of the world already hates the United States to a degree. I think you would agree. There's American envy.
I think Americans are arrogant. Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
So you've got that, and it's almost like in basketball internationally, the United States, they're looked at as a combination Yankees, Notre Dame. All the entities, the rest of the world, it's almost like they're ganging up on the United, and I love it. We should go fend them off. But don't you get the feeling it's almost like the basketball team in March Madness, the 13 seed gets all the fans other than the 4 seed fans.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of how it feels like in basketball internationally with the United States.
Yeah, I think those smaller countries, they do kind of have this, like, they don't want to see the USA win. So if it came down, they got knocked out early. Oh man, but at least Serbia got them, or France got. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so the United States, they've won like 5 golds in a row, I think. Right? Have they ever lost the gold? I don't think they've.
Yeah, they've lost the gold.
They have.
Yeah.
A few games ago, they lost the gold.
You had to have the redeem team.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. They have lost the gold, because before the most recent loss, the United States, they had only lost that one game in '72 to the Russians, and it was the biggest scam ever. I don't know if you ever saw the highlights of that.
No, I don't remember.
In '72, and there's a famous 30 for 30 on it. You need to watch it. In 1972, the Munich games, United States had dominated basketball. They lost, quote unquote, to the Russians. It was a game, Patrick. The game was time was added to the clock like twice. It was the biggest scam. You've got to watch the 30 for 30. It was unbelievable what happened.
What's it
called? Just look up U.S. basketball 72, and there's a 30 for 30. It was just unbelievable. It took something like that to knock off the United States, and it was a scam. But yeah, the rest of the world's caught up, man. They've closed the gap in basketball. They really have. Yeah, did you see the Braves? They're starting second baseman Ozzie Albies out
again.
Out broken hand. I mean, the Braves cannot catch a break.
Broke his foot earlier this year.
I think so. They just can't catch a break, man. Another start.
Was he at bat when he broke his hand?
I think it was fielding. Broke his wrist. I think got like hyperextended back.
Oh man!
And broke his wrist. And you know, I think I've never had really a broken wrist or arm, but I played a lot of baseball. I think you'd rather break your arm as a baseball guy than your wrist.
Yeah, I think so.
Than your
There's
wrist.
so many small bones in that wrist.
Oh
okay, let's see. He was guy was sliding into second off a ground ball, and he reached, and his hand went through it probably just wasn't prepared for him to get hit by the guy's shoulder as he's reaching for that ball.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And got pushed back, I guess. Oh.
Yeah,
But I mean, I think they're talking 8 weeks, and keep in mind, there's not a lot of season left. You know, I mean, they got 40 games, 8 weeks. 8 weeks, you get a lot of games in 8 weeks in Major League Baseball. The way they play 4.5, 5 games a week, 5.5 games a week. You know, boy, the Braves have been bit, haven't they?
2 months, man. Jeez, that's sad.
The trade deadline is open still.
Look, I got this here. The Braves this year, their 2024 injuries. Sean Murphy, left oblique in game 1, missed 54 games.
Wow.
Spencer Strider, elbow in game 6, out of the season. Pierce Johnson, elbow inflammation, missed 17. Ozzie Albies, right big toe fracture.
You're right.
When he got hit by the ball right in his foot. Yeah. Tyler Mastek, elbow inflammation. Last game was May 4th. Austin Riley, a left intercostal sprain. We'll have to ask Doc.
The old intercostal sprain.
Talk about that. What is it? Intercostal sprain. Missed 13 games. Acuña's missed 48. Mentors missed 31. Michael Harris 31. Ray Kerr, elbow. Last game June 15th. Man, Max Fried placed on IL with left forearm neuritis. Got to ask Dr.
Bates. I wrote that down the other day. I saw that. And Fried is one of their best. Yeah, he's done. Man,
that's a laundry list, huh?
Now, a spinoff I saw in the same article I read this morning about the Braves injuries. The Dodgers came out of the All-Star break with the most players on IR. They have 15 currently on IR, and they've weathered it. They're still, the Dodgers. But, man, the Braves have been bit, man.
Yeah, Mookie Betts, he's out. He's been out with
Is he still out? He's been out a while.
8 weeks with something. Hand.
Yamamoto's out.
Uh-huh.
The pitcher, they think he may come back, but, the big pitcher.
Baseball guys get hurt so much.
Well, it's
elbow, I get.
It's the length of the season, too. I mean, you're 162 games. Patrick, literally, if you do the math, once the season starts, Major League Baseball teams are playing like 5.5 games a week. I mean, there's a travel day here, and then you're playing, and then there's a travel day. I mean, you play a lot of baseball. A lot of baseball.
And you traveling a lot too with that. Gosh.
I mean, you talk about those guys must feel like they live at the park because
how long has the baseball season been? 162 games.
It changed.
Who figured that out?
Yeah, I don't know who figured it out, but there was a big controversy in what was it, 60-61 when Roger Maris broke Babe Ruth's home run record at the time, but Maris played in a 162-game season that just switched. Ruth played in a 154-game season. So it used to be 154 until late 50s. But yeah, it's a lot of baseball, man. Think about it too, Patrick. As you know, as a high-level athlete that you were, like the Braves, what is it, going on 6 o'clock? The Braves probably play tonight at 7:05, right? Those players at home or a road game, they're at the ballpark at 1:30, 2 o'clock. I mean, you spend a lot of time at the ballpark if you're a baseball player for 6 months. Oh, a lot of time at the park.
A lot of time in the clubhouse, yeah.
You know, and by the time you get done tonight, now they make a lot of money. Nobody's feeling too sorry for them. But think about the 6 months you're at the ballpark, 162 games. You're getting there home or road game. You're getting there 1:30, 2 o'clock. Your game's at 7:05. By the time you're done, showered up, and media, it's 11:30, 12 o'clock. I mean, you're going to get something to eat. You might be single and want to have a cold beer. Hey, you look up, it's 2 in the morning, and you're going to be back at the park at 1, 2 o'clock.
Oh my gosh,
it's a grind, man.
That's a little rough when you put it that way.
It's a grind, yeah. Because as you know, you may say, "Well, wait a minute, these guys getting here 1, 2 o'clock for 7 o'clock." Well, you may have individual stuff you want to work on. You may have had trouble with the curveball, or how about rehab? How about medical? Taking care of yourself.
Yeah,
you know,
they probably have everything in those clubhouses, so players, whatever they typically need. I'm sure there's even a place where the guys can take a little nap.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But, you know, that's also, particularly with the NBA, Patrick, and you'll know, the NBA, how they pay these incredible salaries. Think about the NBA. They play a lot of games. They play 82 games in the NBA, but their roster's small. So they're not cutting it out as much. You know, they're not cutting up an NBA roster payout. Yeah. So sometimes the numbers work for you, you know? They work for you. Definitely. Hey, how far is that, how deep does that Netflix receiver thing go? I watched about 5 episodes last night. Do you know how far it goes?
I am on episode 7.
I'm about 5 or 6.
It's the San Fran just beat the Lions. Man, the Lions should have had that game too, man. Oh, they were up 21-0 or something like that.
Yes.
And 24 or 27 unanswered points or something crazy like that in the second half. It was all. I think they might even do a little bit after the Super Bowl for these guys going into their next season.
I got you. I have no ties to the Lions at all. Never have. They're the Detroit Lions. I don't love them. Don't hate them. They're in Michigan. Blah 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 blah. There was something likable about their team last year. I don't know. To me,
it was.
I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was Aiden Hutchinson I like, or there was something likable about the Lions.
The coach.
Is that what it was? Maybe.
I think so.
And maybe because they've been the lovable, losable Lions for a long time. Maybe they're the Cubs of football. Or to me, there was something very likable about the Detroit Lions last year. I don't have a dog in the fight.
I don't think it was corny when you had all the players like stand up and look at the wall, and it showed like how long it's been since they won anything. I
saw that.
And they hit one goal. I mean, they were right there. Just two. You know, they didn't have to go for them. They could have kicked field goals. But they did that all year, going for it on 4th down. So
I saw that. That was interesting. I thought what was really interesting, he's talking to the Lion coach, had him in their, what are they, the little amphitheater where they meet as a team. And I thought what was telling about that was he's talking to 50 professional athletes. You know what I mean? That was kind of a rah-rah thing, but it seemed to hit. He said, hey, guys, stand up and turn around. And look at the back of this amphitheater where their training facility. And on the back it said, what did it say, like last division, 1961 or whatever.
Yeah, it was a lot of years.
It didn't have many wins on there, any championships.
No Super Bowl appearances.
Yeah. There was something to me anyway that was likable about those guys last year. And again, I'm not a huge NFL guy, and I really don't care, but I kind of wanted them to win in the playoffs. I remember that heartbreaking loss that they had that game.
Yeah.
And let it get away. There's something likable about that.
They would have given the Chiefs a run for their money, for sure.
Yeah. But, boy, what you said when you were previewing this Receivers on Netflix and got me watching it, Oh, and I know that. You know it because you've been through it, but my God, you only got one body, man. You only got one body, and that's how you make your money in professional sports, man.
When Debo, I remember us talking about it when Debo broke his forearm or his arm. That dude's helmet went right into his. Yeah. I'm like, oh yeah, he broke his arm.
Yeah,
that helmet went right into it.
Yeah.
And
they're another team. They're another team I like. I like the 49ers. There's just something about the 49ers I like. I like Debo. I've always liked Debo Samuel. I like that he does a lot of different things. I've always liked him. That defensive line for them, they've always been fun. But man, do those guys, their body makes them money, man. And that you only got one, man. You only got one.
Man, I love George Kittle, man. He's
how fun is he?
He's one of one.
How fun is he?
And like he loves the block. How many tight ends love to block like him?
Remember, it was like the first or second play of the second half here last year. He caught like an 80-yard touchdown.
Oh yeah,
remember that? He was
Moss. I think it was Foye, the Aluakon that got Moss.
Bounced off of him or whatever.
And he's like, man, why would you put a linebacker on me? He's too slow. And I'm like, dang.
Well, if you remember right, and it was in that it was in last night, one of the episodes I watched.
Yeah, it was one of those episodes.
The 49ers, the Jaguars could not have played them at a worse time last year. Oh, what a terrible. The 49ers started out like 4-0, and then they hit that losing streak, remember? They lost like 3 in a row, and guess who was game number 4? Jacksonville. And I remember going to that game, and I remember sitting in that press box, and you were like, this is just a bad spot on the schedule to catch the 49ers because that team was too good. In the NFL, there's one standard. It's hard to win 3 in a row, and it's hard to lose more than 3 in a row, right? And the 49ers came in, and you were like, oh, boy. And didn't they have their big didn't they have a big player that came back that day?
Was it Trent?
The big lineman.
Trent Williams. That would have been the O-line guy.
It might have been him. And did they have Jones? Didn't they have Jones come back? Was it Jones?
That's Chiefs. That was the Chiefs.
Yeah. No, it was Trent Williams, the big offensive tackle.
Okay, yeah, those tackles. Yep.
I think he came back that game.
You remember all that stuff that happened with him in Washington?
Yeah.
He had like a cancerous growth, and it just wasn't taken care of well.
But he came back that day, and you're like, man, this is not going to be good for the Jags. They caught him at a terrible time, man.
Yeah, they did.
You know, I'd rather catch a team that has just won their 3rd in a row, if they're a good team, and the 49ers obviously are good. The NFL is such a tough league. If you're a good team, I'd rather catch you after you've won 3 in a row because it's hard to win more than 3 in a row.
Yeah.
And then if you're a good team, I don't want to catch you after you've lost 3 in a row. If you're a good team, you're not going to lose that 4th one probably. You know.
You would think, right?
Ooh.
I don't know, man. The way that the Jags played and finished the season.
That's a tough league, man.
Gosh,
that is a tough league. Hey, let's take our final break here. 2 hours has flown by. Pat, hang tight. We'll get you out of here. I hope you're feeling better, Pat. And you announced it. You tested positive. Is this the first time you tested positive for COVID?
No, I have COVID. The first time I had COVID was in August of 2020.
Did you kick its ass then, or what'd you do?
Oh, it got me pretty good then.
Yeah.
I was symptoms were way more than what I have now, but I lost taste and smell. Tired.
Let's go sue somebody. If you got the shot, why are you getting COVID again?
Well, it doesn't prevent
forever. It's not forever.
No. It doesn't prevent transition or getting it.
It's not like a forever stamp. If you buy it at 29 cents, it's a forever stamp. You get to use it forever. That's not how COVID shot works.
I'm sorry, I lost you there.
It's not a forever stamp. You know, you can buy a stamp and
no, it's not a forever stamp. No.
Whatever you buy it at, you don't have to pay the difference when the stamps go up.
That'd be nice.
It's a forever stamp. So you didn't get a forever COVID shot?
No, I did not. No.
All right, I'll leave you alone. It's your personal business. But you shared it earlier, remember?
Yeah, I got the vid.
I'm not you got the vid.
I got the vid.
Hang in there. Hey, can you make one more segment?
I can do it.
Barely.
Segment.
See if Patrick can fight through one more segment. The Young and Norvelle Show continuing on an overcast Monday right there over Jax Vegas.
For those dealing with pain from a sports injury, arthritis, or spine condition, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists offers innovative new non-surgical options. Our regenerative medicine treatments, including platelet-rich plasma and other regenerative treatments, use your body's own restorative cells to aid in treating injuries. These procedures are performed in our offices and typically require minimal downtime. If you want to get back to doing what you love, our regenerative treatment options may be right for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jax Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jax Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jax Beach.
I was tempted.
It's more than just food. It's a tradition, a heritage.
I was tempted.
It's about my family and the smiles on their faces. It's about the flavor,
I was sad.
the meat, the love, the community. Our community.
Take you and you will be mine.
Barbecue is who we are, and it's what we do.
Hey everyone, Olivia Tasley here from Action Sports Jax to tell you all the different ways you can watch our new 24/7 network. 3 easy steps. You don't even need a pen and paper to write it down. Step number 1, download the app. Search Action News Jax in your app store either on your phone or your smart TV. Then, once you're on the app, click on that little drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner with the 3 little lines. That'll show you these options, and boom, right here, click Action Sports Jax 24/7, and you will be brought to our continuous stream channel. That app can be accessed through all these different platforms, whether you have Roku, Fire TV, Smart TV, Apple TV, or Google TV. You can find our app. Now, if you don't have access to the app, don't worry, we still got you covered. We're across all social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Twitch. We have a podcast channel. Plus, check out our short reels on our TikTok. Action Sports Jax 24/7. It's on all the time and everywhere.
It's a new logo, new branding. With Bold City Heating and Air, it's an old school approach. One of the few locally owned and operated air conditioning businesses left in Jacksonville. It's hot, Florida in the summer. You can't do much to avoid it, but you can keep cool with Bold City Heating and Air. It's every customer counts kind of service, from when these trucks have pulled up to my home over the last couple of years and when they pull into your driveway as well. From communication to pricing to the actual service, everyone at Bold City Heating and Air cares about you. You know who is coming to your house. You know they will be well trained, and they will respect your home. Air conditioning convenience at boldcityac.com. Stay cool while it gets hot. Bold City Heating and Air can help. Don't get caught sweating all summer. boldcityac.com, and they have financing to help. New systems starting at $110 a month and $50 off any repairs. Stay safe, stay comfortable with Bold City Heating and Air at boldcityac.com. Homegrown in your hometown.
We are back on the road tomorrow. Our first appearance live from the heart deep in Mandarin. If you're in the Jointon Creek Mandarin area, come by and say hi. Tomorrow the show will be live 4 until 6 at Hurricanes. Julington Creek will be there every single Tuesday starting tomorrow. Hope you can come by, say hi. They also, I think, Patrick, have trivia on Tuesday at 7 o'clock. So I'm going to try and meet up with this trivia guy, Patrick. And if he ever gets there early enough, I'm going to see if he can throw you and I some trivia questions. Right? We're pretty smart.
Are you a good trivia guy?
Okay. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. Try me. You got one?
No.
Anything.
I'm not.
Anything.
I had a really good. It was a really good one. What are the 4 major highways in America? This is not the trivia part.
I don't understand the question.
Like I-95.
Okay. I-5 goes up and down the West Coast, I think. 5? So what you mean? 10 goes all the way across. 95 goes up and down.
I mean, I know how the question goes.
This is basic, but do you know how the numbers work?
No, that I don't know.
Odd, even. I-10, that's an even number. It goes east and west.
Okay.
I-95, which is a odd up and down, north and south.
Oh yeah, yeah,
yeah. So that if you're trying to go east, you want to be on an even number.
Even number.
You want to go up and down, yeah, right? Anyway, I'm gonna try to see if that guy. Hey, by the way, how did this get here? What in the world is this Crown Royal? The heck?
Was that the peach flavors?
No, I'm not drinking. This is what I put my headset in. People think I'm drinking. I want to, not drinking on the air. It's just a nice bag.
I wonder why Crown, how they figured out that's how they wanted to package up their stuff.
I don't know, but it's iconic.
Special.
It's iconic though, isn't it? The old Crown Royal
it is
bag.
iconic.
I've got one of these in orange. I don't know if you've ever seen an orange one. They're always purple, but I was at doing a show one day, and a rep came through, and he goes, "Hey man, this is a new flavor, orange. You don't see many orange Crown Royal bags." I got
no,
one.
you don't. Don't they have a light green? Is there a light green one too?
They might have one. I don't know. They might. Hey, I told you tomorrow. Don't forget. Obviously, we're on 4 to 6
Taco
tomorrow.
Tuesday.
Yeah, Taco Tuesday. One of the reasons we're at Hurricanes Jointon Creek on Tuesday, obviously, Hurricanes Grill and Wings. They're known for their wings. They have a wonderful selection of wings and flavors and sauces. Don't sleep on their taco menu. They've got 7 or 8, and I had the menu here. We'll go over them. I'm going to eat a bunch of them tomorrow, but they've got a great taco choice at Hurricanes Jointon Creek. Looking forward to visiting with Josh Perry, the relatively new owner. He took over in April, so we'll be out there every Tuesday. That's tomorrow, 4 to 6 here on Action Sports Jax. Remember, Brent and Austin, you can catch their show 10 to 1 right in the middle of the day. Saw Brent earlier, as obviously I'm in the studio today. Saw Brent earlier. They're I like their show. You watch their show? Matt?
Yeah,
fun show.
Yeah, I watch the show when I can. Yeah,
fun show. They do a show that I think you and I like, because obviously we want to be informative and talk sports and all, but it's still sports. Make it fun. Make it light.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
You can tune into some radio and podcast and streaming shows. The sports shows can be so robotic. I mean, there's a million guys that can spit out numbers and all. Well, you got to entertain too over a couple hours. You got to keep people interested. Keep them in the ballpark. So don't forget our midday show here on Action Sports Jax, 10 to 1. Austin, Brent and Austin, of course, they come to you during the week and kind of set everything up. Follow us. Also, Pat, I probably do a bad job. We're pretty much on all the social media. Make sure you check out the Young Norvelle Show on our Facebook page. And X, I guess you call it now, not Twitter, but X is out there. YouTube, find us. So is it subscribe? Do you subscribe? I guess you click on.
Yeah, you subscribe on YouTube. Yep.
Yeah, subscribe and follow us. Obviously, the easiest way, and you're probably doing it right now, but if you're trying to tell somebody how to check us out, the easiest way is to download the Action News Jax app, and boom, the homepage comes up when you download that app. And you will see our show, Action Sports Jax logo. Just click it right off there. And it goes, whatever's hot right at the time, it goes, boom, right to it. Right to it.
Yeah, super easy to follow. Super easy.
It is. It is easy. And Patrick, below you, there's your X handle, I guess, at Patric Young 4. That was the number you wore in basketball. Did you get to wear that in Europe as well? 4?
Yeah, I wore number 4. Yeah.
Yeah, you got absolutely. 4, and you see my
team I could wear. Maybe there may have been one team I played for where I couldn't get the number, but yeah.
I'm impressed the way you can say that one name of that one team that starts with a P and it's about this long.
Panathinaikos.
Man, I see that over the years, and I could never pronounce that. Where's that at? Yeah. France?
That's in Greece.
Greece.
Oh, there's still some teams whose names I can't pronounce.
Is that right?
Oh yeah.
Is that right? Did you see, when you played in Europe, did you see a lot of your college contemporaries, guys that played at Auburn?
You would see a good amount of guys, yeah. You really would.
Did you call, or did anybody call you and say, hey, I'm thinking about going to sign with this Europe. Is it worth it, or is Did you scout out Europe before you went over there? The league and all?
I did not scout the league. I knew nothing about European basketball.
How'd they get in touch with you?
My agent.
Yeah. How'd you find your agent?
They
interview a lot of people?
They find you.
Yeah, and you interviewed a few, I guess.
Yeah.
Did you have a good agent?
When they want to want you to work with them, they find you.
Did you have a good one?
Yeah, great agent, Jim Tanner.
Yeah.
He represents. I feel bad for him recently because John Morant is one of his biggest clients now, and that guy's he's been a handful, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's had a lot of stuff, hasn't he? He's kind of cray-cray, isn't he? Can I say that? Or Jaw's kind of. Didn't Jaw come from he came from a little school?
I'm almost like, man, was him getting hurt actually a good thing last season? But maybe not, because then it's so much more free time, and he seems to not be doing well with his free time.
Yeah.
At all.
Didn't Jaw go to a small school?
Great on the court, not good free time.
Wasn't he a small school guy, John Morant? Like
Murray State.
Yeah.
He had Matt McMahon, who's the head coach at LSU now.
Was that an old Gator? Matt McMahon, no?
No.
Old Gator. McCall. I'm thinking of McCall was old Gator assistant.
Yep.
McCall. Yeah, John Morant, I didn't know him from Adams House Cat until that year he was in the tournament. Right? Murray State had a little run, and this guy, you're like, who's this guy?
Yeah, I mean, he reminds me of Damian Lillard coming out of Weber State.
How about that? Wow. Weber State. They've made a little noise in the tournament. Yeah, we've seen them before.
Yep, it sure did. Yep.
In the tournament. All right, Pat, that's about it, man. We're about wrapped up. Good Monday. Good
Ready
stuff.
for football, man. Where's football?
Yeah, it's
Where's
here. It's just hang tight. It is here.
Come on.
Speaking of here, we will be there at Julington Creek. We'll be in Mandarin tomorrow. Come by and say hi. Hurricanes, Julington Creek, our location tomorrow for the Tuesday edition of the Young and Norvelle Show. Hope to see you there, everybody. Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jax Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jax Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jax Beach.
For over 20 years, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists has been providing the highest level of orthopedic and spine care to patients throughout Northeast Florida. Now, we're making that same great care even more convenient with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists Direct, a walk-in clinic where you can be seen for pain or injuries with no appointment needed. Staffed by orthopedic physicians and specialists, we offer everything from diagnosis and treatment to imaging and bracing, all with no appointment needed. For more information, hours, and locations, visit our website.
I was tempted.
It's more than just food. It's a tradition, a heritage.
I was tempted.
It's about my family and the smiles on their faces. It's about the flavor,
I was sad.
the meat, the love, the community. Our
To
community.
change you and you will be mine.
Barbecue is who we are, and it's what we do.
Hey everyone, Olivia Tasley here from Action Sports Jax to tell you all the different ways you can watch our new 24/7 network. 3 easy steps. You don't even need a pen and paper to write it down. Step number 1, download the app. Search Action News Jax in your app store either on your phone or your smart TV. Then, once you're on the app, click on that little drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner with the 3 little lines. That'll show you these options, and boom, right here, click Action Sports Jax 24/7, and you will be brought to our continuous stream channel. channel. That app can be accessed through all these different platforms. Whether you have Roku, Fire TV, Smart TV, Apple TV, or Google TV, you can find our app. Now, if you don't have access to the app, don't worry, we still got you covered. We're across all social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Twitch. We have a podcast channel. Plus, check out our short reels on our TikTok. Action Sports Jax 24/7. It's on all the time and everywhere.
Summertime means sizzling sales at Nimnick Buick GMC. The #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville has lots of inventory to choose from with their best price guarantee. Nimnick never charges above MSRP. You can save up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierras or get rates as low as 1.9%.
You know, I'm a truck guy. GMC Sierra, my trim level is an SLT. This one's an Elevation. Pretty good looking color as well. So here at Nimnick Buick GMC, you have a lot to pick from. My father-in-law, he drives this, an Enclave, so I feel like that GMC in the family. 2025 is coming around the corner, which means it's almost time to close out those 2024s this summer.
You can schedule a test drive at NimnickBuickGMC.com. And while you're there, check your trade value and customize your payment options. Nimnick is there for you, even on Sundays. Visit the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at NimnickBuickGMC.com. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941.